Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Hikeren cordless vacuum cleaner. It's H305 and this was provided to me by Hikeren for review, but they are not compensating me for this and they're not reviewing this before I post it. And if you find this helpful, I'll put a link in the description of this, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit. It doesn't cost you anything extra. So the cardboard box is pretty plain on the outside here. Open it up. We have an extension hose that flexes. Looks like a warranty card. And it has instructions. Looks like these are a little instruction guide also. A travel bag. So this would be nice if you store it in your car or something. Little brush attachment. This is the charging adapter, and this outputs 13.5 volts at 650 milliamps. And here we have a crevice tool, and then we have the vacuum itself. So there's the vacuum. Looks like these attachments probably fit in here somehow. So this tube fits in here, and you can put attachments on the end. Or you can take the attachments and plug them directly into the end. Like so. The vacuum has a little tape over the switch here. I'm guessing it would turn on. It could turn on in the package without that. Yeah, and there's a little piece of plastic there to keep it from turning on. So that turns on. The charge port's back here, and this charges in 3 to 4 hours, and they say it gives you 30 minutes of charge time. If I press this button here, looks like this pops off. So that would probably be how you empty it, I'm thinking, because there's a little flap valve here, so the dust comes in here and stays in this area. Then I can press this down. So I'm guessing, yeah, this comes out. Okay, so this turns counterclockwise to pull out. So this has a stainless steel filter on it. So it's a very, very fine mesh stainless steel. So I haven't read the manual, but I'm sure you could rinse this under water to clean it. That's kind of a neat feature. And then here's the fan. Or the blower, I guess you'd say. And the exhaust air comes out of these little star things on the side. There. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. I think I'm going to use maybe the brush attachment. And I'm going to go take this out to my vehicle. I have some dirt that I need to suck up, so I'll be a good place to test this out. Before God, I just wanted to show this as charging here. I plugged it in, and then this is flashing while it's charging. I don't know if it'll turn off or turn solid maybe when it's done charging. Okay, so I came down to check on the vac, and it is blue now that it's charged, so now I'll go test it out. Okay, I'm in the back of my vehicle, and I was transporting some wood the other day, or some tools. I got some sawdust there, I got some leaves. I'm just going to use this and clean it up. Okay, so I vacuumed it out. I'm going to go empty this out in my shop. Okay, so I have my trash bucket here. I'm going to just take the vac. Got a couple things stuck on the brush there. I'll pull the brush out. Press this button here. You can see the stuff I vacuumed up is in here. And this is the quick clean here. That's for big things. And then we push this button. Turn this. And here's the rest of the stuff. There. a lot of static on here because it's very dry. So you can see the stainless steel mesh filter. And you can clean that out with water. But one thing I do is I have different vacuums that I use around the house. A lot of times I'll clean the small ones out with my big shop vac. Or I'll go outside and use a leaf blower to blow this out. And I'll suck this out with my big shop vac because I'm going to next do a test sucking up some water with this, because this says it's a wet dry vac. And we'll do that as a test. And I don't, typically when you go between wet and dry, you want to clean it before you go back and forth so you don't get water on the dust. So I don't have to let this dry. Typically you might just rinse this out and that's ready to use next time, but I'm going to suck this out so it's clean, and then we'll do a water test on it. Okay, I got this cleaned out. I just want to point something out here. To take this out, you turn it counterclockwise, and you want to look here. There's these little tabs. This one's smaller than this one, so it only goes in one way. So just something to point out. If you get one of these and you want to put that filter in, make sure those are on the right side. So I'll get it back together now, and then I'll do the wet test. Okay, so I have my basement floor here. I'm going to pour some water on it, like so. I'll take the vacuum and I'll suck it up. Okay, so I have the water sucked up. It kind of spilled back out when I kept it down, so I'm going to hold it up and then I'll go take it to the sink and I'll drain it out. Okay, so I got that drained out. So you're not going to like shampoo your carpet with this thing, but if you're in a kitchen, you could, and say you spilled a glass of orange juice, you could suck that up with this and then just take it over to the sink and drain it out. And then, you probably want to wipe it up with a little, some paper towels or something, but you could get the bulk of the, fluid cleaned up here. So now that this is wet, I'm going to just open it up and, let it dry out. I'll probably rinse it out maybe too, in case there was any dirt in here, and then it'll be ready to go next time. So I got to say, I'm pretty impressed with this little vacuum. I have another portable vacuum, and it's small, but this is quite a bit smaller. And this would be handy for keeping in your car. I'm actually thinking when we go camping, this would be nice because, we get like sand and stuff in the tent. We try and take our shoes off before we go in the tent, but sand and dirt gets in there. This would be handy because this thing's tiny. I could throw this in the back of the car, and then I could, clean out the tent, vacuum it out before I put it away, because otherwise I have to bring it home, open it up, vacuum it out. It's a lot more work. This is a tiny little vacuum I can take, and it has a pretty good battery life, so that should work pretty well. It also would be good for dorm rooms or as a second vacuum to have, around the house. You could, keep it where dogs are. You could, suck up dog food, or, like our dogs always got dog food around the dog bowl. This would be good for cleaning. Usually they cleaned it up, but sometimes they didn't. So this would be handy for that. I think this is a handy little vacuum. It's pretty impressive for its tiny little size. So, I think this would make a great gift also for like college students and things like that. So if you want to pick one of these up, I'll put a link in the description. But if you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.